What's up, YouTube? Appreciate y'all for tuning in to this one. This video gonna be controversial. So today, we finna go get some nature real quick. If I don't fall down first. But let's go this way. So today, as you can tell by the title, right? We are, as a world, we have systems set up for us. So, before I get into that, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Just gotta say it. It'll help the channel grow. Appreciate it if you do. This may be a long one, maybe a short one. We're gonna see. So anyway, let's dive into it. So we're told, right, at a young age, when we're born into the world, we don't think much about things or, why things are the way they are. We have people that tell us how to think. Some of us exercise what we believe at a young age, not all. But when we do see things like our parents or grandparents that see a group of people and they act a certain way towards these people, or they make certain gestures about these people, we pick up on these things as youngins. So basically, when you think about that, and as a white man, I can say I have friends who have friends that I've talked to, who have parents, who have grandparents that I've listened to, that push these things off racially towards these other people, not necessarily to their face. Most people don't have the conviction to say something wrong to another person, let alone call someone out to their face about their race. So, and that's a part of the problem. That's why today I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna make this video because I don't see many people talking about this, especially white people. I don't think I've seen anyone talk about this. So when you go through school and you see history books, and one of the first things they teach you is, now think about this, you're sitting at a public school, that's where I went to school, public, and you're sitting amongst all type of different races. And then as a white man or a white boy at the time, I see that my people were slave owners, right? And then I see other people sitting beside me that are black, and their people were the slaves. You think that doesn't cause some kind of issue in someone's head? You think that doesn't make them think less of themselves? And I'm talking about from both ways, because I don't agree with it. You don't agree with it, hopefully. So when you say, these are your people, you don't tell them about them or their people before this. We don't know them people. We're only told one side. So, and that's a big part of it, is who were we before this? And I'm saying this as the history books. Who are we? What did we do? Where did we originate from? I don't know. And then you say, is this it? Out of the whole planet that they call Earth, were these the only type of people existing? And then as your knowledge grows, you learn that wasn't it, that there were more people. And not saying that they shouldn't cover, because that's a big part of the world, a big part of the issue. But why don't they cover other aspects instead of just teaching you the negative, making you feel less proud to be who you are? And then I say, I know why. Because I watched the news today. Actually, I'm lying to you. I have watched the news. I don't watch mainstream media. I have heard tons of things about people who have watched it or who do watch it. So I'm kind of hip to it. But I stopped watching it because I don't believe any of it. There's too many reasons to not believe any of it. So that's what they push today, right? Negative, depressing things, wanting you to feel less of yourself than what you are. They make you scared to wear a t-shirt, because if you do, they're going to show you people getting killed for wearing that t-shirt. Everything's division. I have a video that I go more in depth about it, but these shots, if you have one of those, or if you don't, that's division. Democrat, Republican, division, color, as we speak it, division. And you say you don't see color, you're full of shit. You see color. You may not judge accordingly, but you do see. If you have two eyes, you see it. So, you know, how many people has to be taught these things before someone speaks out and says, why? Why not teach happiness? Why not teach how we move on from this? If it's still in the programming, it's still a part of the world. If it's still being taught, then we're still living it, right? Or we'd move on and we'd set up a new system or a new book, a new history book about how we've done things since then. But they can't do that either, because how we've done things since then still translate to how we've done things then, right? So you think about it. And the things that I'm about to say are going to have people that are going to be upset. If you are upset, you're 9 times out of 10 a part of the problem, and you're who I'm talking to. So what we're taught in homes, right, as a white man, and not specifically my home or your home, but of a good group of people, of white people, is when we see people outside of us, that we are to look at them a certain way because of the way they walk and the way they talk and the way they dress. That's not how we should act. Although we're not them, they're them. So that's a huge problem. And you hear people say racial slurs. And I always want to say, and I'm asking more than I'm telling, what do you do when you have family members? And I'm not saying this has happened to me, but what do you do? Not immediate family. I have had this happen to me at a young age. But as of today, at 20, I will speak against those things. But then, that's what I'm asking, but then, at that young of an age, and you hear things, you might not agree with it, but what do you do? Right? What do you do? What do you say? Do you say, because remember, these are your family members, and this probably goes for all races. You probably have all heard things like this, but no one wants to admit it. But if you're supporting, and not even supporting, but if you're going along with these type slurs, these type glasses on when you look at certain people, you're just as much as the problem as the person saying it or thinking like this. And that's the hard truth. So, and you look up at how things are set up, right, worldwide. A person that's reading a teleprompter on CNN or Fox, their tongue holds more power than ours because they have a video in front of them and they're on TV. So, and then when you think deep and you say, and you do research and you say, these people ain't just making a YouTube video talking about this. These people are reading a teleprompter and are being told what to say. So the people, and try to stay with me, the people that are writing the scripts for the teleprompter, they're not getting up there and saying what they wrote. They have us because they dangle money or they dangle possible fame over these people. So you'll say it for them. So we don't end up hating the people that wrote it. We end up hating the face behind the camera that not necessarily believes what they're reading. Right? They're reading what someone else is telling them to say. And my problem and the answer to that I have to it, well, Dalton, why do you feel that way about them? Why don't you hate the people that's on TV? Or why don't you hate the people that write the scripts instead of the people that's on TV? And I'd say, because the people that's reading the scripts, they don't get up and say, this is bullshit. I don't believe this. Right? They go along with it. And they don't have any issue with what's going on. So they continue to follow what they're being told. They don't have conviction enough to go against the system. And if they did, there probably has been people that have, but the news won't cover you because why would they? You went against them. Your career will be ruined. You will not be a newscaster. So they teach negativity. And then you think about, just look at your parents, look at your grandparents, and think about how much time they spend watching the news. And then think about how many of them struggle with depression or struggle with anxiety. There's your answer, right? And then you think, well, if I was taught by my immediates to think racist or to think I'm different or better or worse, whatever scenario you might have been in, than these people, then you go to school and then you're taught why your parents think that way. And then you watch the news and then you see the news saying the same things without really saying them. And then you say, why is there such a problem in the world? I can speak from me personally. I walk around and talk to different races, right? And there's not as big as a problem as if you got on the news, as they're gonna make it. So what do you do when the whole system is set up for us to feel this way and think this way? You come together, in my mind, because the system, these people, They cannot do anything if we don't follow along with what they're doing. They have no power. If we boycotted the news or whatever negativity that brings to us as a human aspect, we'd be better off. But the media has their teeth sunk so deep, especially into the older generation, that there's nothing you can do to tell them to be any different. I've tried. It's exhausting. I'm sure you may have tried. They don't understand you. You ever feel like that? I feel like that. Don't nobody understand me. You know? So, there are people that do, though. They're not broadcasted. You got to do some looking to find them. And why do you think that is? Because if your knowledge is lower than mine, or my knowledge is lower than yours, and I listen at people talk that seem to have knowledge, that makes me think I have knowledge. So I go and start pushing these Democratic or Republican theories, I call them theories, onto other people, and I feel like I'm smart. How does that work? So the main question is, what do you do when your loved ones speak like this? Or you see people who act like this? What do you do? Are you going to pick up a phone and make a video, a controversial video, going against the people that have done this? Are you willing to accept the consequences? If any. If you're out in public and you see someone getting beat down or talked bad to because of the way they look, or the way they dress, or their color, are you going to drive off? That's a real question. Do you turn your eye and say, I hate that? What do you do? See, me, if I seen something like this, I'm going to do everything within me to benefit the situation, whatever that may be, and help that person, because that's what I feel like I'm here for. That's why I feel like I make these videos. It's just everyone's different, and they tell us we're all the same. And the more you listen to other people, we're not. And the more you try to express yourself to other people, your honest opinions, the more you try to express your honest opinions, you find out you're not like everybody. And of course, if me and you watch the same news station, news channel, if me and you watch the same shit, we're gonna be alike, right? How are we gonna be different? If we get off work and tune into the same channel, hear the same stuff, and are nodding our head, babe, did you hear that? That's right. We're gonna be the same. If you turn that off and don't watch nothing and think for yourself, we would be different. But you can't be different watching the same things. You're gonna be alike. You believe in the same policies that I do. Hell yeah, man, shake my hand. Man, what's a policy, my guy? You see what I'm saying? It gets deep. It gets that deep with me. What do you mean? Right is right, wrong is wrong. I shouldn't have to pay $5 a gallon for gas. That's common sense. You know? I shouldn't be taxed on top of taxed and then go pay income taxes. That's common sense. You know? And every time we spend money on tax, we're funding the madness. We worried about Afghanistan, not worried about what wrongdoing going on over here. We caught up in somebody else's stuff. And you got people saying we should be over there and this and that. Man, they should be over here. Whoever's here should be here helping us. That's what should be going on. You know? Man, you worried about what's going on. Man, they're going to come over here and they're going to, man, look, man, you ain't even got a security system at your house. You ain't got a gun. You ain't even doing everything you can to protect yourself now from your neighbor. So how can I take you serious when you start talking about Afghanistan and you start talking about these other places? How? Or the sicknesses in the world. My guy, you don't even take regular showers. You see what I'm saying? You gonna come at me telling me what I should be doing, but you don't even take a regular bath. You don't even wash your hands. You don't control. What I'm getting at is you don't control what you can control. You don't control it. You worried about somebody else, what they got going on to help you, but you don't even help yourself. How does this work? And that's what I feel like, man. I feel like whatever I come here for, it wasn't supposed to be like this. Or maybe it was. And that's why I'm here. But I've learned you cannot control people's minds or change people's opinions that are grown. Because they're set in their ways, right? They're set in their ways. There's nothing you can do. They're gone. They've been here 30, 40 years and they already think, you know what, I got it figured out, and they look at us like, man, you 20-year-olds got life figured out, man. No, that ain't what I'm saying. But I know life from my view is wrong. And then you say, how do you change, Dalton? What do you do? Do you try to be president? Do you try to be governor? And I say, they control that too. Trump, no matter what you think about Trump, so let's just go off of he was sent, to be whatever. I don't get into all this. But I will say this. In the grand scheme of things, is he has to pass things down to someone else before they can even be, or pass things up above his head. Even though in our mind, he's the president. That's a title. What can he really do? If he wanted to do everything he wanted to do, it don't even matter. If everything he wanted to do was right, he could not do it. Or Joe Biden. He might, even if he's the best guy in the world, he can't do everything that he wants to do. Because there's people above him. Just like YouTube videos. Just like anything. I've had a video took down and I wasn't saying nothing bad. I was just saying, think for yourself. And it got took off. And that made me not even want to post them. So try to do good all you want to. But when you get up to higher up spots, you can't even do what you want to do. You have to look at somebody else. Just like at school or like at work. You got to hey, I got to go take a piss. No, you don't. You just went 30 minutes ago. Man, get the hell up. Man, how you going to tell me what I got to do? See what I'm saying? It's the same principle. So what do we do? That's what I'm asking you. What do we do? Comment down below. What do we do? I want to know. What do you think we do? It's a real question. Because I'm trying. Or I wouldn't be making this 24-minute video right now. And if you stuck around to watch this long, appreciate you. Give me a like, give me a comment, and spread it for me. Because why not? They spread everything else. You get famous for doing way less. And I don't even want to be famous. I'm just trying to help who I can help. And help myself. So, but you know, People get congratulated for less. So, you know, if you like what's being said, help me out. You just give me a like. Give me a comment. Tell me I'm an idiot. Something. Tell me something. But yeah, man, that's about it. But I kind of got on a rant. But you know, the main thing is what you see and what we're taught leads us in to the world today. And then you come out of high school. Those of you still in high school, you'll come out of high school thinking, I didn't get enough of high school. Let me go to college. And then they still got you. They're still teaching. Then you get out of college, and then I love the news. They still got you. They still got you. Right? The only escape is what we fear the most. And that's death. If you put your faith in God like people say they do, you don't have to because if you trust God, God has a plan for you, right? If you die from anything, it was known before that's what was supposed to happen. But it be the people screaming it that be in line and trying to tell me to go do something that I don't want to do. So the world is broke. It's broke, right? But you find good people. And then 9 times out of 10, them good people can't do what they want to do. All they can do is tell you to think different or try to be different. That's all they can say. But as of right now, if the system stays like it is, I promise you, 100 years from now, it'll be the same type problems going on. If they don't want you to kill somebody, but then they show you of them bombing somebody else, but it's a good thing, right? What? Come on. We go to jail for murder if we do something like that here. No matter what it is. Somebody walk up in my house and I see them leaving and I shoot them with their back turned, I'm going to jail. But you can go and bomb other countries and it's congratulated. That's type of stuff I don't get it. You see what I'm saying? No, you can't make me get it. Cancer has been going on for a long ass time. They ain't got nothing. And then you think, why would they cure you when they could just treat you and collect money? And that's the sad, harsh truth. Everything's about money. If you got money, you living good. If you don't, you on the side of the road asking for some money. Even though we're all people. And we think they're lazy bums. But the truth be known, the only 2 worries they got is where to sleep and how are they going to eat compared to all your worries. Who's doing it better? I'm just saying. Just think. Shit. I mean, when you really think about it, what do you expect from people? If I can't get on here and not promote what I want to promote, and it's not evil or saying go do something wrong, you'll take my video off. So why do you want good? How do you expect good? How do you expect good people to continue trying? They have to get on here and make a character and start talking about bullshit to get views. You see what I'm saying? There's a such thing as an algorithm. Facebook algorithm, YouTube algorithm. Your video gets pushed on more if you're doing what needs to be happening. And I like YouTube. I love the app. I get a lot of knowledge off of it. And I like making videos. But it's just the truth. But you can't be truthful. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't be truthful. You can't tell the truth. When you look around here, it's bigger stuff going on. You see what I'm saying? It's bigger stuff going on than an app. But this is how we access, you know, you watching. That's how we access you. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna finish up my walk. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to this video. Go watch a few of my previous ones. I'm getting better every video, you know. My first videos got the most views, and that was probably my worst video. So yeah, man, I'm gonna keep them coming. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace.